In today's video, we're going to take a look at the EURUSD ahead of FOMC. I'll show you some key levels to watch, as well as how I'm potentially trading this pair later this week. Okay, so kicking off here with the EURUSD daily time frame. So right now, the market obviously has been pretty range bound here over the past really 12 months or so. We've seen a few fake outs like we've discussed on the DXY. So we got a fake out up here. All right, so this was a fake out that sent the market lower. This down here was also a fake out that sent the market higher. So we've seen, for the most part, the market kind of just range bound here. And lately, we've seen it very sideways above support up here around 107.55. So you can see that right back here, this was a pivot for the euro. Okay, so in this area right here, right around 107.55, you've got the highs from back here. And so far, you've got several lows that are building in this area. Now, you've also got the trend line here off of the 2023 low. So this level, yes, it does cut off some wicks, but notice how the euro never closed below it. And you can see where this was tested here a couple of days ago. So as of right now, I do not like the idea of shorting the euro in this area just because you would be shorting right into support. And furthermore, once again, we do have FOMC coming up tomorrow. So in about 24 hours, we're going to get a lot of volatility here for the euro. So really, I do not like trading this market in either direction over the next 24 hours while it's locked here within this range. Now, like I mentioned the other day, we are likely to see a sweep of either the high up here or the lows down here going into that event, okay? So once Powell starts speaking, a lot of times you will see the market either sweep the lows down here and recover or sweep the highs up here and recover. So instead of trying to trade this range, I'm going to be looking for the aftermath of FOMC and areas like this up here, because we have a lot of inefficiencies that have built up along the way during this decline that we really haven't seen a retest of. So I'm going to be looking for areas like this up here to potentially short the euro if we do get it, depending on what the DXY is doing. Depending on what the dollar is doing, I might look to do that. Now, the other scenario here would be a breakdown from this trend line, of course, where you could look for a move down here toward like 106.50, potentially run at those lows. And the bullish scenario here for the euro would be to start reclaiming some of these key levels. Now, the big one for the euro to reclaim, though, to turn bullish is going to be 109.30. So we've talked about this level a lot. You can see it was a pivot back here, resistance right here before that last leg higher, and that ended up being a fake out. So we talked about this a lot in the VIP group. Unfortunately, though, the euro never gave us a retest of that level as new resistance. It would have turned out to be a nice trade if we had gotten that. But as you can see, we never did get a retest up here in that area. So one scenario for the euro would be to start filling in this region up here, to look for a short up here in this region. I don't know if we'll see 109.30. There is a chance that we do, but it would take a much lower dollar for that to happen. All right. So, again, for right now, I'm not really interested in trading this range right here. I am looking for a potential sweep, either of the highs up here or the lows down here in this area. And I may entertain something then, just kind of depending on how the chart looks at the time. All right, now let's take a look at the DXY here. And if you guys do want to join us in VIP, I just launched today a holiday sale for lifetime access to the VIP group. So I'll put a link at the top of this video. You are going to get daily videos, exclusive charts. You'll see my trades in real time. Plus, you're going to get access to the course that is launching this month. All right, so here we have the DXY on the daily time frame. And if you guys saw yesterday's video, we looked at the DXY, and this is what we were looking at. So this range between that 2023 open at 103.50, we've also got the highs up here around 104.20, and you can see where today tested the 2023 open perfectly. That was a perfect retest. So if you were trading the euro or the pound today, hopefully you paid attention to yesterday's video and you made some money on that. All right, so, again, for FOMC, like I mentioned with the euro, we are likely to see a sweep of the lows down here or a sweep of the highs. A lot of times going into FOMC, that first move you get, that first initial move you get when Powell starts speaking is the quote unquote wrong move for these markets. So in other words, you could get a move down here first, in which case we likely see a recovery. Or if you see the move higher first and a sweep of these highs, then you likely see a recovery and a move toward the range lows. All right, so expect a lot of volatility here coming up with FOMC. I would be surprised if the event itself triggers an extended move in either direction. I think what's more likely is we get a sweep of this range, more range-bound price action, and then over the coming days, we eventually either get the DXY reclaiming some of these levels to the upside, or we get that move lower toward, areas like 103 and 102.60. And lastly, like I mentioned yesterday too, with regard to the DXY, really, I think that this is what it's going to come down to in 2024 as to whether or not we see a higher dollar or not. 105.80 is going to be the level to reclaim. If the DXY can reclaim this somewhere up here, even if it doesn't break these highs, if it does close above 105.80 into the 2023 close, I think we're looking at a higher dollar toward 109 to 110. However, if we close anywhere down here, especially below the 2023 open, then I think we're looking at a move toward the range lows around 101. So I think that's really going to dictate the dollar's direction in 2024. All right, so just to kind of wrap up here with the euro, obviously the market is in a short-term uptrend, but we did also have that fake out above 109.30. So you've got to keep that in mind because that is a sign of weakness. Okay, the market was unable to hold above this back here. So even if we do get a rally into this region, there is a very strong chance that even if this doesn't carve a lower low, so even if the market doesn't break this low, there is a strong chance that if we get a move up here into this area, that we get a strong bearish rejection from that region. All right, but ultimately though, it is going to take a close below this area down here in order for the euro to turn bearish and start targeting some of those lower levels. Like I said before, alternatively, if we see it start to reclaim areas like this up here, especially 109.30, then that would be bullish toward areas like 111 or so. All right, so that's it for today's video. Once again, if you do want to join us in VIP, I just launched a 70% off sale for the holidays. So see the link in the description of this video for lifetime access. And don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Trade well out there this week, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.